Good morning, students, teachers, and colleagues. My name is Shirley Gordon. My colleague Christian and I will be speaking to you today on the topic of personal finance. I will be focusing on budgeting for college. We will be looking at what is a budget, why do we need a budget, and how is a budget prepared. We choose this topic because we saw a need where there was a lack of financial education for students prior to going to college. Hence, decisions are made that at the end of their college education, they had high debts going on into the working world. Last year, Salome did a survey in which 84% of college students said they had never received any education pertaining to budget prior to going to college. Of those 84%, 64% of the students said that they would have liked to have received the education while in high school, and another 40% said that they would have liked to have the education while being a freshman at college. The aim of preparing the budget is to ensure that at the end of your college education you have minimal debt as possible or no debt at all. What is a budget? A budget is a plan that will assist you in making wise decisions in spending your money. David Ramsey simply put it as you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. There are 4 steps to budgeting. The first step is to set your financial goals. In setting your financial goals, they need to be attainable and flexible. Flexible in the sense that as college life changes for you, you are able to adjust those budgets accordingly to make sure that your goal at the end is still attainable. Step 2, assess your finances. In assessing your finances, you need to know your resources where income is concerned. You need to know what are your assets and also what are your expenditures. Step 4, assessing and prioritizing your expenditure. In assessing and prioritizing your expenditure, you need to look at what expenses are a must, such as your tuition, books and supply. Those are things that need to be taken care of first when allocating funds from your finances that you have available. Step 4, developing positive skills and habits. After following your budget for a period of time, those skills will be attained. You will be able to progress in carrying out those budgeted ideas or items that you have listed. Items that would appear on your budget would fall under 2 categories, incomes and expenditure. Under your income section, those would have the items that where you would be receiving your funds financial wise. There's some instruments of receiving funds will be the college funds that would be set up by parents or grandparents. There could be FAFSA, which is very popular. Most students would apply for FAFSA. It's a government program in which grants are offered. You can also receive loan, and that is based on what your financial aid department, after assessing your financial background, decide how much you would need. If in the event you need to take a loan, it is wise that you take a subsidized loan. The subsidized loan, the interest incurred over the period of time while you are in college would be covered by the government. And of unsubsidized loans, the interest incurred, you would be responsible for that interest, and that interest will be added to the principal. At the end of your college education, you will be required to pay for both that interest and the principal. So other sources would be scholarships, income from work, or gifts. On the expenditure side, you would have items such as your tuition, your books and supplies, accommodation, transportation, entertainment. Not all these items would be in everyone's budget. It would be according to your situation at the time in college. Food. Food also is compulsory on your budget. After receiving your financial aid, the financial aid department would need for you to have a bank account. It is wise that when choosing a bank account, you shop around from different institutions. There are particular institutions that have accounts that are geared towards college students. Those incentive accounts would have forego fees such as monthly fees for low balances, free checking, free online banking, etc. Wells Fargo is a good financial institution which has a program specifically for college and university students. So there are different types of checking accounts. There are reward checking accounts that will help you to earn cash back based on how you spend your money. You may receive points based on purchases such as for food, gas, etc. Also, there are interest-bearing checking. Those accounts you will be receive interest on a monthly basis based on your balances that you have in your saving account. It is important that even though you're in school and you might not be receiving a fixed income, you try to save as minimal or as much as possible. Benefits of having a checking account. A checking account will allow you to write checks as a form of payments. Also, the checking account allows you to enroll into online banking where you will have free access to bill payer. You can set up future payments from your online account. Also, another benefit of having a checking account is that you have access to ATM machines nationwide. Financial aid. Financial aid is an important tool for many students. Many students are not in a position to receive funds from their parents or grandparents. Many students does not have any college fund set up, so their only option for going to college would be to apply for financial aid. The government has funds set aside to assist students in such area. In maintaining your checking account, it is wise that you do a reconciliation, a simple reconciliation of your checking account on a monthly basis. That is keeping track of your spending. If you are using online banking or writing checks, it is wise for you to keep track of the checks that are cash, keep track of the income that is going into your checking account to avoid any overdraft fee, bounce check fee. The minimal bounce check fee today is $27, and chances are you may be asked to pay the fee for the merchant also. Always review the fees that the institution has in place prior to opening your checking account. It is very important because for some institutions the fee for overdraft can go up as high as $35, while for others it could be $20, and those institutions that has reward check-ins or check-in geared to college student may forego those fees. Finally, at the end of the day, you are responsible for your financial health. The budget, you are the one that will be preparing your budget according to what your research shows you. You will be contacting the institution that you wish to attend. In contacting the institution, you will be receiving information on how much approximately it will be costing you to go to college for that college education that you wish to achieve. Also, you will be the one that will be sourcing the resources in which where you will be getting those incomes to pay for that college education from, and indeed so you are the one to evaluate how to allocate those money as wisely as possible, to that at the end of the day you have minimal debt or no debt at all.